Happy morning, children. So the lesson we discuss is matter around us Q. So in last class we discussed about the two techniques to separating the components of a mixture. The first technique is sublimation. So sublimation, showing that we can separate the volatile components and non-volatile components. And second technique is chromatography. So in chromatography technique is used to separate the colors. That is chromatography. The term chroma means color. In Greek word we can tell it as color. So with the chromatography technique we can separate the different colors. So now we are going to another technique, that is how can we separate a mixture of two miscible liquids. So what is the technique name? We will discuss. For that we can go for the activity 2.8. Children, take your book and go to the activity 2.8. Make it fast. Yes, we will see. So let us try to separate acetone and water from their mixture. So we have to separate the acetone and water from the mixture. So the acetone is the organic compound. Acetone and water are miscible liquids. So take a mixture in a distillation flask fitted with a thermometer. So we have to take the distillation flask and we have to fit one thermometer to measure the temperature and arrange the apparatus as shown in the figure. So we will see the apparatus arrangement in the next slide. And heat the mixture slowly, keeping a close watch at the thermometer. So we have to heat the mixture slowly and we have to watch the temperature also. The acetone vaporizes, condenses in the condenser and can be collected from the condenser outlet. So the boiling point of acetone is less than water. So the acetone is vaporized first with the help of condensation and it will collected from the condenser outlet. And water is left behind in the distillation flask. So the water it will be left behind the distillation flask. So this is the experiment setup. So here you can see the distillation flask. So in the distillation flask we have to add the mixture of acetone and water and we have to fit with one thermometer to measure the temperature and we have to hold with the help of clamp. And so there is a outlet will be there. So the outlet it will be connected with the condenser. So it is a condenser. So what is the purpose of condenser? To decompose. To avoid the decomposition, the condenser can be used. So if we heat the mixture means the mixture can easily decompose. So to avoid the decomposition, so we have to do the process with the help of condenser. So in the condenser we have to pass the water. So the cold water inlet. So inside the water it will be passed and it will circulate in the condenser and at that outlet the water will be goes out. So with the help of condenser the water circulation will be there. So if the water circulation is not there means the compound it will decompose easily. So to avoid the decomposition we have to fit the condenser. So now what's happened? So the acetone and water when we heated means the acetone boiling point is less than water. So the boiling point of water is 100 and the acetone boiling point it will be 70 to 80 like that. So we have to fix the temperature around 70 means the acetone compounds, it will become vaporize. It will vaporize and it will be condensed into the condenser and it will come out. And we can collect the acetone here and the water will remain in the distillation flask. So with the help of distillation, we can separate the two miscible liquids. So this method is called, what's the method is called? Distillation. And it is used for the separation of components of a mixture containing two miscible liquids. So this distillation is used to separate the components of two miscible liquids. Two miscible liquids can be separated with the help of distillation process. So that boil without decomposition. To avoid the decomposition, we have to fit the condenser and have sufficient difference in their boiling point. So there is a difference between the two liquids. So if the difference is higher means we can go for the distillation. But if the difference is less, we can go for another distillation is there. We will see what is that. Yes, it is fractional distillation. Let me see that also. And to separate a mixture of two or more miscible liquids for which the difference in the boiling point is less than 25 Kelvin, fractional distillation process is used. So if we take the two components, the two components boiling point, the difference it will be less than 25 Kelvin means we can go for fractional distillation. If the difference is more than 25 Kelvin means we can go for distillation, that is simple distillation process. So for example, for the separation of different gases from air, different fractions from petroleum products, etc. So with that help, we can go for the fractional distillation. And so the apparatus is similar to that for the simple distillation. So when we see that apparatus set up in the distillation, no, the similar apparatus will be same for fractional distillation also. But at the bottom, we have to fit the fractionating column is fitted between the distillation flask. So we have to fit the fractionating column and condenser is also fitted. So what is the purpose of condenser? To avoid the decomposition. So a simple fractionating column is a tube packed with glass beads. So the fractional column has to be packed with the glass beads. So the beads provide surface for the vapors to cool and condense repeatedly as shown in the figure. So the beads, so in that fractional column it's fitted, we have to fit some beads in the fractionating column. So we have to pack with the beads, and with the beads there are some spaces are there. So it will provide the surface to vapors to the cool. So the surface, it will, the beads, what is the purpose of beads? It will provide surface for the vapors to cool. So that is the purpose to use the beads. And it will condense repeatedly. Let me see the figure. So it is a fractional distillation setup. So here you can see the distillation flask. So in the distillation flask, so we have to fit the fractionating column. So in the fractionating column we can see the fractionating column is packed with the beads, and we have to fit the fractionating column with the help of clamp, and we have to fit the thermometer, and we have to fit the condenser. So this is the inlet of the water and it's a outlet of the water. So when we heat the mixture means, so what will happens? The lower temperature of the component, it will comes out and we can collect here. So the remaining component will be in the distillation flask. So the fractional distillation is used to separate the miscible liquids. The difference, it will be less than 25 Kelvin. Next is, how can we obtain different gases from air? So actually air is a homogeneous mixture. So homogeneous means it's having the uniform distribution and can be separated into its components by fractional distillation. So it is separated with the help of fractional distillation. And the flow diagram shows the steps of the process. So we can see the flow diagram here. So first we can see the air. So the air will be compressed and cooled. So we have to compress and cool. How we can compress and make the cool? Yes. So we have to increase the pressure and decrease the temperature. So with that help, the air is converted to liquefied air. Liquid air. And after that, we have to allow to warm up slowly in the fractional distillation column. And here we can get the liquid air now. So that liquid air is transferred to the distillation column. So we have to collect the liquid air in the distillation flask and we have to fit the fractional distillation and we have to go for the process. So at that time the gases get separated at different heights. So we can easily separate the gases. For example, the boiling point it will be for oxygen is minus 183, so argon it will be minus 186 and nitrogen will be 196. So you can see the difference here. So it will be very less now. So it will be separated with the help of fractional distillation. And percentage air by volume. So for oxygen, so the percentage it will be 20.9 and for argon it will be 0.9 and for nitrogen it will be 78.1 percentage. So in air, so the oxygen, argon and nitrogen percentages are this one. So with the help of fractional distillation, we can separate the oxygen, argon and nitrogen. First we have to convert the air to liquid air. So after that, we have to transfer the liquid air into distillation flask. So first we have to take the distillation flask. So in that we have to convert the liquid air and after that we have to go for the fractional distillation. So at that time we can separate the gases with having the various boiling point. So when we heat it means it can be separated. And if we want oxygen gas from air, so we have to separate out all the other gases present in the air. So if we need oxygen gas means we have to separate all other gases present in the air. So what are except oxygen, what are the gases are there? Argon and nitrogen. So we have to separate the argon and nitrogen. From that we can collect the oxygen gas. And the air is compressed by increasing the pressure and then cooled by decreasing the temperature to get liquid air. So how we can get the liquid air? So we have to increase the pressure and decrease the temperature. So the liquid air is followed to warm up slowly in a fractional distillation column where gases get separated at different heights depending upon their boiling point. So we have to boil with the help of fractional distillation